Welcome back, America. It's Hugh Hewitt, joined now by United States Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas. Good morning, Senator. Good to have you.
Good morning, Hugh. It's good to be on with you.
Before I turn to the coronavirus and serious things, any comments on how the Democrats are going to run Medicare for all if they can't run a caucus?
Hugh, I think that point is well taken. The Democrats want to take over and run our entire healthcare system, that they can't seem to run a caucus, just like they couldn't seem to run a website 7 years ago. Perhaps we should be skeptical of their claims to a brighter and better future under Democratic-controlled government.
I just think so. Okay, coronavirus. There are 20,676 cases diagnosed, according to the South China Morning Post, 427 deaths, 664 recovered. In the United States, there are 15 cases and no deaths. In fact, only 2 deaths have occurred outside of mainland China, 1 in Hong Kong, 1 in the rest of Asia. Thai scientists have announced they suspect a combination of antivirals work. What's your assessment of where we are, Senator Cotton? Have we done enough? Are we doing enough to prevent spread and containment when it does occur?
First, I want to commend the president last week for taking decisive action and shutting down entry to the United States for anyone from China or anyone who had been to China in the last 14 days. That is a very bold action. Past administrations have not taken and would not take such an action, but there is no doubt that America is safer today because the president acted decisively last week. 22,000 people land in our airports every day from China. That means that just in the time since that ban went into effect on Sunday, tens of thousands of people have not come. There's no question that some of them would have brought the coronavirus. Is it the silver bullet? Does it mean no more cases in America? No, certainly not. But it means that we are better off now than we otherwise would have been. The key word that you cited there in terms of the cases in China, though, is diagnosed cases. Most professional epidemiologists using various models estimate that there are tens of thousands of cases of coronavirus in China, if not hundreds of thousands. I suspect we'll continue to see that number increase, just like I think we'll see the number increase around the world. There are many unknowns so far, Hugh. We don't know exactly how many people each person with coronavirus can infect. It could be 2 or 3 or even more. Hopefully with preventive measures, we can get that down below 1. We don't know the exact incubation time. We don't know the extent to which people who are asymptomatic are contagious, though we know they are contagious. We don't know what the fatality rate will be. Right now, it looks to be a little bit above 2%. Again, hopefully with preventive measures, we can get that down. But when there are so many unknowns, it is best to follow Benjamin Franklin's wise maxim: an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Now, your friend Secretary Pompeo has offered China help. They have declined it. In fact, they're blaming us for over-reporting this, and their markets got slammed. Meanwhile, our markets are doing fine. Are we being too hard on the Chinese? Because I don't think the party is forthcoming. They've never been forthcoming in the past. I think General Secretary Xi is slow to the game here.
No, Hugh, we're not being too hard on China at all. You don't have to look at China's history of duplicity and incompetence at handling these kind of outbreaks as we saw with SARS, although it's relevant. You can just simply look at the way they handled this outbreak. The first Chinese persons were coming down with these symptoms in early December. China did not report this outbreak to the World Health Organization, though, until December 31st. And then they continued to suppress it from their own people, going so far, in fact, to punish and silence doctors who are trying to blow the whistles, one of whom now actually has coronavirus and is struggling for his own life. So if the Chinese had been upfront and transparent from the beginning, it might not just be better for us around the world, it'd be better for their own people. And we should remember that the Chinese people are not responsible for this virus. They are the first and the worst victims of the Chinese Communist Party's duplicity and incompetence. That's why it's so important that China is open to everyone, to include the United States and international scientists, so we can not only send aid, but send our researchers in, try to figure out exactly how this virus originated, what we can do to ameliorate its impact, and ultimately get a vaccine.
And Senator Cotton, last question. We have the State of the Union tonight. Do you expect the president to be in an upbeat move, given both the success of the economy, the success of his Iowa rally, and, of course, the collapse of the Democratic effort in Iowa? What do you expect from the president tonight?
Well, yeah, the Democrats didn't report their results last night, but the Republicans did, and Donald Trump eked out a 98% victory over his two opponents. So I would suspect that he has got some wind in his sails coming out of Iowa, but also as you look around the country and you see record low numbers of unemployment, working class wages rising faster than they have in decades, or if you look around the world where we've killed 2 terror masterminds in just the last couple months, and we are once again feared by those who ought to be fearing us. So I expect that a very strong State of the Union in which the president will recap our successes over the last 3 years, victories on which we want to build not just this year, but for the next 4 years as well.
And a bipartisan acquittal or a partisan acquittal tomorrow, Senator Cotton?
I believe that some Democrats will vote to acquit on some counts, just as they voted against some counts in the House.
Senator Tom Cotton, great to have you. Thank you for joining me. Don't go anywhere, America. Coming right back with hour number 3 of today's Hugh Hewitt Show. Michael Pack, Director of Created Equal, is next. We'll bring you up to date on the latest non-results from Iowa. All we know is that Joe Biden lost big. Stay tuned. It's the Hugh Hewitt Show.